Welcome back, everybody. I am Dorothy Morgan, and I am a professional astrologer. Today, I would like to talk about the solar eclipse new moon that we have coming up on January 15th. The eclipse is in the sign of Capricorn, and it is exact at 2:11 a.m. Eastern Time. This eclipse is not visible in the United States. You can see it in Africa, Europe, and Asia. Now, I want to talk about why we have eclipses, and from an astrological point of view. These eclipses are here. We have 4 every year generally. Last year we had 6. They are here to propel us from one level of development to another rather quickly. We all tend to get stuck in our ruts here and there, and eclipses will move us up and out. This can be discerning for some people, especially if you've not been willing to change things as they come along. So how can we use this new moon eclipse energy for our highest and our best? With the eclipse in the sign of Capricorn, what we're being asked to focus on is our future security. Been on a lot of people's minds this last year. What responsibilities we have willingly taken on, and do these responsibilities still fit our needs? This is a perfect time for setting new goals. We're looking also for recognition for our skills. Are we respected for what we know? Authority figures come up with an eclipse in Capricorn. And a more difficult one that I find is where we need to release our control issues. Capricorn rules all of these things, and to have an eclipse with the new moon makes these things more important than a regular new moon, as we can feel the effect of the choices we make right now for up to 3 months to come. If you have a birthday within 4 days of January 15th, either way, then this year will be one of significant changes for you. At the time of the eclipse, the sun and the moon are in the 3rd house, and this is the natural home of Mercury and communication. So our need to understand what we want is highlighted, and it's important that we communicate our needs with others. But since Mercury has been retrograde, our main communication has been internal. Mercury moves direct just after the eclipse at 11:52 a.m. on January 15th. Now we can put our thoughts to voice. Say what needs to be said after 3 weeks of going within. We have a chance now to look at our goals from last year and decide if they're still valid. Use this energy to set up new goals for a more stable future. January 15th is a much better day to set a New Year's resolution than January 1st was. So if you want to change your mind and set a new resolution, do it on January 15th. Now, if you're one of the many people who find themselves unhappy this time of year, if you're stuck and fearful, this eclipse can move you out of that energy. Here's some suggestions on sentences that can be helpful, and you make them into mantras if you like. I want all self-sabotaging tendencies easily removed from me. I see myself working with my boss in a mutually supportive manner that is good for both of us. I want the need to take on other people's problems easily lifted from me. It's just a few ideas on how to use this new moon solar eclipse. Do or say what feels comfortable for you if none of these work. This eclipse is about rebuilding the foundations in our lives and finding a way to expand, but in a slow and steady manner. So if you're into new moon rituals, I recommend when you do one on January 15th, do it after 12:17 p.m. when the moon will enter Aquarius, which is much more analytical, less feeling. We have all the energy available to us on January 15th and over the few days afterwards to set our new goals, release control issues, and find ourselves in a whole new place in the coming months. I wish you all much success for the future, and I thank you for listening. Please remember, astrology is not destiny. We all have free will and choices. If you'd like to know more about how this eclipse directly affects you, you can go to my website, naturalrightscharms.com, and click on the astrology reading page for more information. Thank you, and blessed be.